So hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me here today. Today is part 2 of my best of 2022. Today we are going to be talking about makeup. So obviously these are my favorites from the year of 2022, what I most enjoyed in my makeup collection. So if you missed part 1, which focused on skincare and body care, definitely go check that out. So I also just wanted to point out real quick that our tree is still not decorated. This is what happened last year. I do need to film in advance because my house is going to be filled with my boys here pretty soon. My son does arrive home from college tonight, and we are going to decorate our tree together as a family when he gets home. So once he's home, I won't be able to film because obviously my house will be full, and obviously I want to spend time with my family. So I am doing pre-filming. So when you watch this video, it should be New Year's Day. So happy New Year's to everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, and I hope you're enjoying a relaxing day today. And if it's not New Year's Day, I hope you're enjoying your day, whatever time of year it is, whatever day it is. So anyway, that's the deal with the undecorated Christmas tree. Just wanted to mention that and just take care of a little housekeeping. Also, just to let you know, since I will have a full house and I will be spending time with my son while he's home, I might not be able to get some videos out for the first couple weeks in January, but hopefully after that, I will be able to get some videos up at the end of January, and I'm gonna try to get back on a regular schedule of filming. My video filming did take a little bit of a respite last year because of my no-buy, and I will link to that video if you're curious about my no-buy, and also some other reasons as well, but I am gonna try to get back into the swing of things for this year. But okay, so we're done with the housekeeping. Let's get into my favorites regarding makeup. I mentioned this product in my favorites from fall, and also I talked about my Japan trip in that video as well. So it was a combination of favorites from the fall time and also my trip to Japan. So if you didn't check that out and you're interested, I do recommend looking at that video as well. But anyway, I did take this product with me on that trip. This is the Clé de Peau concealer. My color is ochre. I will show you what that looks like in the bullet. This is such a good color match for me. I have light to medium olive tone skin, and I have been loving this product so much over this last year. If you watched that video, you know that what I've been doing is obviously I've been using it as a concealer, and then I've also been taking it down, just kind of blending it over the rest of my face, not over my entire face, but just as far as I can blend it. And it's been such a wonderful complexion product for me in terms of the finish that it gives me. It just gives a really natural skin finish that obviously is not too dewy and just looks very natural on the skin. So I've really, really been enjoying it, and it does such a great job of covering up dark circles under my eyes. And I really have been getting so many compliments on my skin when I use this concealer. It's really been amazing. I mean, I do get compliments on my skin here and there, but they really have been increasing since I've been putting this back into my rotation on a more frequent basis. So this has just become such a favorite of this last year. Like I said, I've had this for a very long time. I think maybe I put this in a favorites video, a year-end favorites a while back, but rediscovered this, fell in love with this last year. So huge, huge favorite. And I realized that I forgot to, this was a total oversight of mine, I forgot to talk about the Le Prunier SPF 31. This is their plum screen in my skincare video. I just can't believe I forgot to put that in there because this has been a huge favorite. So I'm, it's not totally out of place in this video in terms of my makeup favorites, because I feel like even though this isn't makeup, it really has been working so well with this combination with the Clé de Peau. So I will put this on my skin, and then I just use the Clé de Peau concealer, and these two have been working so well together, and they just blend in really well together. The Clé de Peau just blends right into this sunscreen. So this is a huge favorite of mine. I'll just mention that the texture is really nice. It soaks into the skin really beautifully. It doesn't give a hyper dewy finish at all. It just, like I said, it soaks in really well, just a very natural finish. And as you can tell, like I keep on saying, It works really well with foundation, with the concealer, and I've just been really, really loving this. I bought it initially, even though I was on a no-buy, I needed to get a sunscreen. So I purchased this for my trip to Portugal. My family ended up using it. They really liked it as well. So huge rave for this, big favorite from 2022. I feel badly that I forgot to put it in the skincare section, but I'm glad that I remembered to put it in this section. So yeah, huge rave for the Plum Screen from Le Prunier. And then the next product I'm going to talk about, which is a very recent procurement for my collection, but I really do feel like this is going to become a big favorite moving forward, is the Summer Friday Skin Tint. I got number 4. They call this their light to medium with neutral olive undertone color. And this color match is so good for me. I can't even tell you, when I tried this in store at Sephora and I put it on my skin, I was just completely blown away. And I really love the ingredient deck as well. It's got glycerin, squalane, vitamin E, avocado oil, niacinamide, Centella asiatica, which is also known as gotu kola. It just feels amazing on the skin. I'll show you just real quickly. Again, this is a product I don't want to waste because the packaging, I would say the only downside is it just feels kind of small. I think this is 30 mils. But anyway, you can see it's a little bit on the thin side, and it just, it feels so good on the skin. You know, it just, like I said, it just feels like skincare, and it just smooths right in. And I don't know, I absolutely love it. And I hope I'm not gonna ruin my makeup by putting this on, but you can see it just blends in so well, feels so good on the skin. And I've got it on my hand here. And yeah, it's just like that beautiful combination of skincare and just a really light skin tint. So I'm not going to say to you that it gives amazing coverage, because it truly is just a very sheer to light type of coverage. And I do have it on my face today. So what I did today is I put this all over my face. So that is what you're seeing all over my face. I do not have anything but the Summer Friday Skin Tint on my face. And then I have the Clé de Peau concealer. And all I did was I just put one swipe of concealer, and then a little bit on the side of my nose, and then I blended it out right into the Summer Fridays. And that is all I have on my face. And I just feel like the two of those together is just like a really nice magic combination. So I am absolutely in love with the Summer Friday Skin Tint. I heard Jamie Page raving about it, and she's talked about some other sheer products before in the past that have actually worked well for me. So when she started talking about that and really liking it, I decided to, like I said, test it out in store. I fell in love with it, decided to get it during the sale that Sephora was having. So I really feel like moving forward, it's going to be a big favorite. So I decided to include it in my best of 2022. Another recent procurement of mine that I was definitely on the fence about getting, but I decided to go for it anyway, is the Westman Atelier, what do they call this? Their Vital Pressed Blurring Talc-Free Setting Powder. Now, I do have a couple of powders that I've talked about in the past. They've probably even been on favorites of mine, you know, year-end favorites of mine, which I do still really like, and that's the Kosas setting powder as well as the Charlotte Tilbury powder. And I do still really like them, but I've always had a little bit of an issue with those powders under my eyes. So my battery just died, so I just had to replace it. So I think I left off by saying regarding the Kosas and the Charlotte Tilbury powders is I just feel like that sometimes underneath my eyes, it wasn't the best color match for me, that sometimes it just maybe was a little bit dark. It just kind of seemed a little bit off. So when I saw, oh, and also it would also feel a little bit dry, maybe a little bit chalky. So when I saw that Westman Atelier came out with a translucent powder, and the reviews were quite positive for the most part, that it didn't get too drying under the eyes, I decided, you know what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. So beautiful packaging as would be expected from this brand. And I decided to go ahead and get the translucent, although it does come in other colors. They do have a pink powder, and they also have a medium, tan, and deep for darker skin tones, so very inclusive on their color range. I like to apply it with this brush, and this brush I really have been enjoying. This is from the Ariel by Morphe collection. Now, I'm not officially putting this brush collection on my favorites because I think there's 5 brushes and only 2 of them have I been really using on a good constant rotation. So I just don't feel great about putting the whole kit, which is quite expensive. I think it's $60. I got mine on a discount during Black Friday, so I didn't pay full price. But still, I just don't feel great about putting the whole collection on my favorites when I'm really only using 2 actively. But I will put it as an honorable mention, so I will link it down below in case you're interested. But anyway, this smaller brush, as you can see, I used it today. I have this powder on today. This smaller brush is perfect for applying powder under the eyes. And I really, really do like this powder. I feel like it's great for setting under the eyes, just kind of like, you know, the T-zone, just down the nose. I really do like this. I feel like it hasn't gotten chalky or cakey. It hasn't been drying for me at all. And I do lean a little bit on the dry side. So I really do like this powder. I like it a lot. I haven't reached for my Kosas or my Charlotte Tilbury once since I purchased this. So I really do like it. It has become a really big favorite of mine. Moving on to eyeshadow. If you saw my favorites from the fall, you'll know that I really fell in love with this Kaja Bento. This is a little trio of 3 eyeshadows, and I actually have a few of them, but my favorite is the Chocolate Dahlia. This trio is just so wonderful. The top one is a really pretty shimmery topper. So if you want to, you know, make your look a little bit more sparkly and festive, you do have that topper. But this middle neutral is what I use mostly. I love this one. I do have this on my eyes today to kind of set this look. And it is beautiful, and I just wear this on its own, and I apply it with my finger a lot, which is just very convenient. And then the third one is this beautiful kind of dark chocolate brown. It's not super dark, maybe kind of mid to dark chocolate brown, and this makes for a wonderful eyeliner. So I took this to Japan with me, used it every day. It's really all that I had with me. I think I just took this and then the Victoria Beckham eyeliner in bronze, which is a huge favorite of mine, but I think I included that in my 2021, so I'm not including it in this one in terms of a favorite, but that will just be a lifetime favorite of mine. But anyway, this is wonderful. I think the Kaja Bento eyeshadow trios are fantastic. On my eyes today, I have the middle color from the Orange Blossom trio, and this is a recent purchase of mine. And I'm not putting this on my favorites right now because honestly, this is the first time I'm using it. I just wanted something a little bit more festive today. So I've got the orange, the middle orange color as a topper. And then actually, if you're just curious as to what's on my eyes today, this is discontinued sadly, but I do have the ATHR Beauty Topaz Quad. I've got these 2 colors, the darker one here and this kind of olive tone sort of lining my eyes. If I can find this, I'll link it for you below. But like I said, I think it's been discontinued. But if I can find a link, I will link that below because I just think that is a beautiful quad. But anyway, moving back into favorites, I'm going to talk about some blush. I am absolutely in love with the Pat McGrath Flirtatious blush. The only problem is though, they are a little bit difficult to open. I feel like I'm relearning every single time I open this blush. I have to like relearn how to open it. But anyway, Flirtatious is this beautiful like tawny pink brown color that I just think is so stunning. Let me turn it this way so the mirror doesn't reflect on here, but it's just such a beautiful blush. The texture is creamy and smooth and finely milled, and I do have it on my cheeks today with a couple of other colors that I'm going to talk about. but so easy to apply. And what I love doing sometimes to make it kind of a little bit on the dewy side, I'll just spritz my brush with a little bit of a toner just to kind of give it a little extra dewiness and then apply it. But yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous blush. I have a couple of other ones too that I really like, but Flirtatious is my favorite. They are quite pigmented, so the brush that I like to use is this other one from the Ariel by Morphe collection. So these are the two brushes that I use mostly from that collection. So again, I really like these brushes a lot, but I just don't know if I would put them as a favorite because these are just the two that I use the most from that collection. But anyway, I do really love the Pat McGrath blushes. Moving on to some cream blushes, I do really, really love the Manassi 7 all over colors. My two favorites right now are Kobicha. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Kobicha. This is a cool medium brown with neutral undertones. This is just such a gorgeous color. I'll try to swatch this for you so you can see what it looks like. And they talk about using this not only as a blush or on your eyes, like, you know, like it says, an all over color, but also as a bronzer. So I actually used it as a bronzer on my skin today. I also love using this on my eyelids. It's really pretty as an eyeshadow. And then I also like using it, you know, just simply as a blush. And then I also really, really love Duras. And they describe this as a calm pink brown. So on the website, they talk about this as a cool color. On me, I would say it's not particularly cool, but just a little more neutral. So this is Kobicha and this is Duras, and I have Duras. So I've got, like I said, I've got Kobicha all over my face as a bronzer, and then I put Flirtatious on my cheeks, kind of all over, not like all over, but on the apples, and then up a little bit, and then I just put Duras on the apples of my cheeks. So I love Duras as a blush, and I love Duras on my lips as well. I have had Manassi on my wish list for quite a while, and I've had a lot of fun playing with these colors, and I probably will do more of a review in the future, but I wanted to let you know the two that I've really, really been enjoying the most, and they are my favorites from this past year. I also want to let you know about my favorite lip liner. I did talk about this Victoria Beckham #2 in a review that I did from the Black Friday haul that I did from Victoria Beckham last year. And I was a little bit on the fence about this liner. I wasn't too sure if it was the color for me, but it turns out that I actually do really like this color. And I do like the texture of this lip liner. It kind of has a stiff texture, but it is also on the creamy side, and it works with so many lipstick colors. So I do have it on my lips today, and it's, like I said, it's got great staying power, I think, due to that stiffness of the texture, yet it also is creamy. So it's been a big win for me, and I really do like it a lot, obviously, or else it wouldn't be on this list of makeup products. Which is a nice segue into another big favorite of mine, and these are the Merit Signature lipsticks. I have 4 of them here, but just look at that packaging. So absolutely beautiful. I do, like I said, I have 4 of them. Let's go ahead and start with Baby. This is a neutral pink. And I'll go ahead and swatch a little bit here on my hand. I think that's kind of the easiest way to do it. Try and get a little bit more even lines there. So that is Baby. And there is a color called Slip, which I think they call a nude, a warm nude pink. Did not look good on me. I did not like Slip. For whatever reason, that just did not look good on me. This is Millennial. And they call this their classic pink. And I realize I just smudged my other fingers in the Manassi swatches, but this is their classic pink. And this is what I have on my lips today. And let me go ahead and get a little swatch going here of Millennial. And you'll notice that this is a little bit warmer. Really, really pretty. I love Millennial. I think this is kind of like my signature color, I'm realizing. I think it's just very, very flattering on my skin tone. I also got Tiger, and they call this a brick red. And it looks very dark in the bullet, but you'll see that it's actually pretty sheer. And I've only worn this once, but it looks quite good on me, and I'm really surprised by it. So I really do like Tiger. I'm super excited that I ended up getting it. And then I also got Fashion, which typically is not a color that I would get because it looks a little bit dark. This is a soft berry. So this is Fashion. And I'm gonna put this alongside here. So that's Fashion. And I typically apply Fashion with a lip brush. And I have a little bit of Fashion. I think if I'm remembering correctly, what I did this morning is I put a little bit of Fashion on my lips with a lip brush, and then I ended up blotting it out a little bit, and then I put Millennial on top. So let me put on a little bit more of Millennial. So you can kind of get an idea of Millennial. So I have also found that these colors are really easy to play with and kind of mix. Like I like using Fashion with a little bit of Baby on top to just kind of tone it down. I like using Millennial and Baby together. I don't know, I just feel like they're really fun to play with. So these are a huge hit for me. I don't know if I talked about the texture at all, but kind of like the lip pencil from Victoria Beckham. They're kind of stiff, but also creamy. So they're that really nice blend, like that Goldilocks blend of good staying power, but creamy, feel very nourishing on the lips, nice pigmentation, but not too much. So like you could see with Millennial, it's easy to apply without necessarily, like I could do it with the viewfinder, but I don't really feel like I need a big mirror, like I need to get up super, super close. You don't necessarily need to line your lips to use them. Just very user friendly, especially for those of you who don't necessarily consider yourself like lipstick people. Like I wouldn't consider myself a total lipstick type of person, but I find Millennial just so easy to use, really easy to wear. And I don't know, I really, really like them. So I really feel like they knocked it out of the park with this formula. I'm excited for them to come out with more colors. I hope they do. And yeah, just big, big fave for 2022. I also want to talk just real quickly about the Tower 28 lip gloss. I really love this formula. This has been a favorite for a long time, and I got their new color Pistachio, which is a milky nude pink. And let me just show you what this looks like. I don't know if this is going to show up. Oh yeah, this does show up kind of nicely. So this is like a really pretty, just like they say, a nude pinky color. And I have a couple of these, and I would say that Pistachio has quickly become my favorite color from the Tower 28 lip gloss lineup. Absolutely love this color, so happy to have it. And then I also got the Make Serum Balm. I got Halo Moon and Nude Nova. I've been a little bit on the fence about these, if I was gonna call them a favorite, because they just were sort of like, really nice balms with a little bit of a glossy finish. Wasn't too sure if I love them any more than just, using the Laneige, sleeping mask, that kind of a thing. But, I've been keeping it in my purse, Halo Moon in particular. And I realized that, it's very easy to reach for. The packaging is a little bit on the bulky side, which I wasn't sure if I enjoyed, but I found it very easy to find in my purse. So that was sort of a win in terms of the large packaging. And then the other day when I was looking in the mirror, I was in a public bathroom and I forgot what I had on my lips, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, what do I have on my lips? I've got a nice little pinky hue on my lips, and then I remembered it was the Make Serum Balm. So while I wasn't sure if it was actually imparting any color, it actually does impart a little bit of a nice color. So I am putting it on my favorites list. I'm not exactly sure if, it's gonna be one of those products that in a few months or next year when I look back on, oh, am I still enjoying what I put on my favorites list? I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna have that longevity, but we'll see. And then finally, I'm gonna end on mascara, talking about Tower 28 again. This has been raved about over and over again. I'm sure this is going to be on many people's best of 2022, but they really did a great job with this mascara. The packaging is super cute, but the main thing is this formula and then the wand. This hand is a mess, so let's go ahead and use this hand. The wand is definitely, or I guess I should say the brush is the type of brush that I like. It is definitely on the thinner, skinnier side, which is the type of wand that I like. So it does a very nice job of lengthening and separating the lashes, which is what I like. It's not a hyper volumizing formula, which is not something that I'm looking for, but it does give your lashes just enough volume. It's not going to be super chunky, you know, those chunky lashes, which is not really what I'm looking for. It gives a very nice natural look if you just do one coat. If you go for 2 to 3 coats, you're going to get more drama, a little bit more glamour, which is what I did today. Rinses off very nicely when you wash your face at the end of the day. So it's not a tubing mascara, but it acts like a tubing mascara from that perspective. So yeah, just a big, huge win for this mascara. I really love it. I definitely see myself repurchasing this again and again in the future. So yeah, big win for the Tower 28 mascara. So you guys, that does it. That wraps it up for my favorites from 2022 in the makeup category. Like I said, if you did not watch my part 1 where I focus on skincare and body care, then please do go and check that out. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. And if you watched any other video of mine over the year, thank you so much for your support and also for hanging in there with me. I know this last year I did not, you know, in 2022, I did not put out that many videos just because of my no buy really affected that, and then a few other things. So thanks for all of your love and support, and you know, any time that you commented or any DMs that you sent me, just checking in there. I really do appreciate it so much. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so, because I think, as I maybe mentioned this in my previous video, you know, YouTube is just not doing that great of a job, or really anything at all, to support smaller channels. So you know, it's really just up to me doing these call to actions and you all just supporting me. So subscribing to my channel is really super important to me. So if you would do that, that would be so great. And I just really appreciate it so much. So thank you all so much for watching. And I'm excited for what this new year has to bring all of us. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.